At the podium during my promotion celebration, she toasted with champagne, grinning. To my husband, the most unsuccessful person I've ever encountered. The ensuing merriment fractured something profound within me. Though they were honoring me, I felt like a jest in a painful comedy routine. They claim success serves as the sweetest revenge, yet nobody explains how empty it feels when the person supposed to stand beside you doubts your abilities. For the last decade, I've constructed everything I've achieved from the ground up: a thriving real estate business, a cherished home, and a reputation for transforming setbacks into stepping stones. However, my wife, Emily, always seemed to focus on the flaws rather than the structure. Emily was once my college sweetheart. She was resplendent, driven, and captivating, a woman who could command any space she entered. I adored her passionately, but over time, her inspiring self-assurance evolved into a weapon. She started to undermine me subtly at first, then boldly, a dismissal I couldn't ignore. The celebration at the downtown Hilton for our joint achievement was meant to be joyful. She assisted in selecting my suit, deciding on the location, and liaising with my assistant. However, as I stood there, listening to her harsh toast, I understood she had orchestrated the entire event for her own gain. The room echoed with uneasy laughter, my colleagues shifting uneasily. I managed to smile, lifting my glass, but my hand shook. I looked at her, seeking a hint of remorse. Instead, her smirk was as piercing as the knife she had just stuck in my back. The ride home was oppressively quiet. Emily scrolled through her phone, her lips twisting into a self-satisfied grin occasionally. "You didn't have to do that," I said softly. "Do what?" she inquired, pretending ignorance. "Embarrass me. Label me as a failure. In front of everyone, Emily." Her laugh was frosty. "Oh, David, really? You're overreacting. Tone it down. It was a jest. Regardless, they've always held that view." Her words carried more impact than any champagne could. My knuckles turned white against the steering wheel. Later that night, seated in my home office with a scotch, I couldn't dispel the unease. My phone vibrated with her text, "Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow." What a pitiful soul. I fixated on the screen, the words etching themselves into my memory. My heart pounded as understanding struck. That text wasn't meant for me. The days that transpired were a haze of anger and revelation. I grew more vigilant, scrutinizing her late-night phone calls, unexpected business trips, and frequent bathroom absences with her phone. One evening, following her departure for yoga, I trailed her. My suspicions proved valid when I spotted her in a dimly lit restaurant, laughing intimately with a man. The scene was like a blow to the gut. She leaned close, placing a hand on his arm, her smile brighter than I had seen in months. That night, I didn't confront her. Instead, I began strategizing. I delved into our finances and discovered unauthorized transfers to an account in her name. I engaged a private investigator who supplied me with photos, recordings, and a comprehensive report on Richard, her lover, a middle-level executive at her firm. The evidence fit together like a puzzle engineered to shatter me. The humiliation, the arrogance, the gradual undermining of my self-worth, it all contributed to her script for justifying her infidelity. But I wasn't the failure she presumed. I contacted my lawyer, revised my will, and covertly transferred assets into a trust exclusive to me. I set up hidden cameras throughout the house, recording her personal phone calls. The most incriminating evidence was a video of her and Richard plotting their final move, depleting my accounts and leaving me impoverished. 2 weeks later, Emily hosted a dinner party. She insisted I attend despite our growing estrangement. While she graced our guests with her allure, I waited for a suitable moment. Post-dessert, I rose, tinkling my glass to gain attention. I wished to propose a toast. I started, maintaining my composure. Emily's eyes narrowed subtly. "To my wife, Emily," I declared, turning towards her. "For your dedication, ambition, and creativity. You have indeed surpassed yourself." The room fell silent as I activated a remote, displaying the incriminating video onto the living room wall. A wave of gasps filled the room as Emily's infidelity unfolded before her friends, her lover's voice unmistakable. She made an attempt to grab the remote, but I moved aside. "Take your seat, Emily. We are merely at the beginning." "David, this isn't right. Spare us." My voice overpowered her objections. "You called me a failure, But let me demonstrate what success entails. I detailed every aspect: the financial trust, the divorce papers already submitted, and the prenuptial agreement that left her with nothing. You believed you could destroy me, I continued, my voice escalating. But you underestimated me. You overestimated your ability to bring me down. It's typical of those who lose. They know how to manipulate situations to their advantage. Emily's face contorted in anger. You think you're superior to me? You're pathetic, David. Her words no longer hurt. They energized me. The climax arrived when I disclosed the decisive move. Her lover had been dismissed following an anonymous tip to HR that uncovered their affair. His marriage was crumbling as well. I've had enough of being your punching bag, Emily, I said, my voice resolute. This is your mess to handle now. She left in a rage, slamming the door shut behind her. The ensuing quietness was oppressive, yet it was silence I embraced. In the subsequent weeks, the repercussions for her were severe. She lost her job, her standing, and friends who had witnessed her true character. On the other hand, I found comfort in the life I reconstructed for myself, a life free of deceit. The divorce was settled discreetly, and I sold the home we once inhabited together. Beginning anew seemed challenging, but it also felt empowering. One night, while seated in my freshly acquired apartment overlooking the metropolis skyline, I contemplated the person I had evolved into. I wasn't a failure. I was a victor, a man who endured deceit and grew stronger. Emily's voice would occasionally resurface within me, yet it no longer controlled me. For I had triumphed, and that triumph belonged exclusively to me. It is often said that success serves as the sweetest retribution. Yet, true victory resides in walking away unscathed with one's dignity intact, leaving behind the shattered remnants of deceit.